Good morning, children. Yes, we are like into chemistry part of your physical science. Going to discuss about structure of atom. And most of you know all the details of it. And those who do not know, just listen carefully. And those who know already, just take it as a revision. And you can have a quick review of all the things. Then afterwards, you can give a reading to the lesson. See, to begin with, we are going to discuss first about light. You know that light has particle nature. Previously, people thought it. Then, afterwards, wave nature. That wave, they said it to be a mechanical wave. Then, afterwards, packets of energy. And then, finally, we have come to electromagnetic wave. So, this is how the light propagates. So if the light ray travels in this is the direction of the wave. And perpendicular to this is the electric field and this is magnetic field, again perpendicular. So these three are in three mutually perpendicular directions, right? Please, every one of you practice this diagram. You should have that feel of perpendicular. See, as if the two petals are at mutually perpendicular directions. This kind of diagram you need to practice. How the curve is bending here, that is very, very important. So every one of you please draw the diagram and then post to me. So this is how a light ray propagates. So light has two properties, that is electric and magnetic fields, and that means it creates electric and magnetic fields around it as it is passing through, right? Electric vector is the one which helps us in vision. Okay, electric vector is the one which helps us in vision. And what's the velocity of light? 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. So have to understand all the characteristics of the light and propagation of it, and why is it related to structure of atom. This one we are going to now see. So here the first one, characteristics of light. So light, it's a propagation. So it is in the waveform whatever you have taken. So velocity of light represented by c is equal to nu lambda, nu being the frequency and lambda being the wavelength. So how do you define frequency and wavelength? Frequency is the number of waves crossing a particular point in a medium per second. That means in an unit time, how many waves are crossing a point. So that number is the frequency. What is the wavelength? Wavelength is the size of the or length of the wave. So every wave, here what wave you are taking is a transverse form of the wave. Transverse form of the wave, that means you have crests and troughs. So one crest and one trough together can form a wave. So that means that is the length. That means the distance between two successive crests or troughs is called wavelength. So that is how you can say if you are talking about transverse waveform. Or you can say directly generalizing the wavelength. How can you generalize it? That is the distance traveled by a single wave, right, as it is crossing a point is called its wavelength. So how much distance it has to travel to cross a point completely, that means the beginning of the wave till the end of the wave. Or we can also say other way as the distance traveled by the wave in its time period. So what did I say? It is in its time period. Time period means the time taken by one complete wave to cross the point. So here we are saying one complete wave. So therefore wavelength we can say that it is the distance traveled in a time of its time period. Okay, so this is how you can find the relation between velocity of the wave, that is c, frequency of the wave nu, and wavelength of the wave lambda. Okay, and lambda and frequency are inversely proportional to each other always, right? And c, velocity of light is a constant in a particular medium, and it is in free space or vacuum. We say it as 3 into 10 to the power of approximately 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. So now the point here is, this is an universal relationship. In every medium you can apply this one, right? So now when it comes to velocity of light being changing, right, then electromagnetic waves can have wide variety of frequencies. The entire range of electromagnetic wave frequencies is known as electromagnetic spectrum. So here the point is, when you talk about the light has how many colors? 7 colors. Right? This is what visible light we are talking about. We are talking about visible light. Visible light has 7 colors. Vibji, or so from childhood you are learning this. Right. Not only that, but there is a range of different frequencies that an electromagnetic wave can be divided into. So, and all these frequencies together, we call it as electromagnetic spectrum. See, when visible light is made to pass through a prism, it is dividing into 7 colors. That though we can see with our eyes, because we are dealing with visible light. But many other times we will be discussing about X-rays, alpha rays, beta rays, gamma rays, ultraviolet radiations, infrared radiations. So many we are listening, right? Isn't it? So depending on the context and depending on the time, many a times we will be listening about these things. So what are all these? These are a part of the electromagnetic wave spectrum, electromagnetic spectrum. That means the complete light. So visible spectrum. So now let us see how this electromagnetic spectrum appear. So this is there in your textbook only. But children, I am saying it, no need to color it, but drawing this diagram is also important. So there is no need for you to take a black strip and write everything. But these wavelengths and frequencies have to be mentioned, and that is very, very important. It could be asked as a 2-mark question, or it can be asked as a 1-mark question. So be careful. Okay, so now if you observe the electromagnetic spectrum, here you have starting from cosmic rays, right? So like this, so gamma rays, then X rays, then UV rays, then in between a very, very, very small portion. See, imagine how beautiful the universe is. See, only light what we see is only of 7 colors, right? That one is just a small part of the complete spectrum. That small part, when it is magnified like this, you can see that this is how that appears, right? So starting from violet till red, so this is how the visible spectrum is. And this visible spectrum is a very, very, very small part of the complete electromagnetic spectrum. So where on either side you have ultraviolet radiations on the side of violet, infrared radiations on the side of red. And then next, microwaves, radar waves, radio waves, right? Broadcast band, all these form the electromagnetic spectrum. So now coming to the part of, these are all of short wavelength. These are all of long wavelength. So on the right hand side of the visible spectrum, we talk about long wavelength sides. On the left hand side of the visible spectrum, we call it as short wavelength. And now see the span, 400 nanometers to 700 nanometers. That means almost 300 nanometer of wavelengths are occupied by the visible range of the spectrum. Okay, and then next, now when you talk about this one, you have 10 power minus 12 meters, 10 power minus 9 meter, that is 1 nanometer for X-rays, wavelength of X-rays. And then microwaves that are about 10 power minus 6 meters. The name itself says micro, means 10 power minus 6. And then next, radio waves. Please everyone check these wavelengths, that is very, very important. Now suppose if I ask you to write the frequency values, what are you going to do? So you are going to do only one very simple substitution. You have C is equal to nu lambda, is it not? So I am writing it here. Everybody see this one. C is equal to nu lambda, right? And we want nu, right? We want nu frequency, where lambda is given here, already it is given here. So lambda is equal to C by nu. Lambda is equal to C by nu. Suppose if I want the frequency of the microwaves, see frequency of the microwaves. So what am I going to do? Nu is equal to C by lambda, is it not? We are going to find out nu. Nu is equal to c by lambda. So 3 into 10 to the power of 8 being the velocity of light, is it not? By what is the wavelength of microwave? 10 power minus 6 meters. So what do you have here? 10 power minus 6 will become 10 power 6 when it goes to numerator. So 3 into 10 to the power of 14 heads. What is the unit of heads or per second? So this is the frequency of microwave. So it can also be asked like this. Usually this kind of questions you will be finding either in 1 mark questions or in multiple choice questions. Okay children, so please take a screenshot of this, how to find out the frequency of a given particular waveform or given particular light, part of the spectrum. Right. So now why we are discussing about this one? So this is because see different kinds of materials on heating or like when different types of materials on passing on when upon the light being passed through them. So the kind of the spectrum which is coming out is different for different materials. And based on the kind of the spectrum that is obtained, we can say which material that particular substance is made of. So that is how you can come to the chemical properties of the body. So which particular chemical composition that matter is composed of. Like, so all these we are going to learn in the next part of the lesson. For today, this is enough. So children, please give an introductory reading from the textbook. Every point is important here. There is a scope, much scope for getting half mark questions from the theory part. Please don't miss out.